Okay, today we are going to make a cowl, and I have a 4-weight yarn and a crochet hook size J. This is the Furls Pride hook. Okay, we're going to start off by chaining 71. I will meet you at the end of the chain. Okay, we've got our chain of 70, and now we're going to double crochet in every chain across, and we're going to start in the second chain from the hook. So skip this first chain and into the second crochet or the second chain of the hook, so that by the end of the chain you will have 70 double crochets because you skipped that first chain. Okay, so just continue doing that to the end of the chain. We are ready for round 2, and just slip stitch into that first double crochet of that first row, and from now on we're going to be working in rounds. So slip stitch right there, and don't worry about the bottom of that not being together. You can stitch that together with that tail that was left over from the very beginning of that first chain. Now you're going to chain 1, and we're going to be making the border of the cowl, and here we're doing a front post double crochet and a back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet. And with anybody familiar with this particular border for wearables, it's super easy, so I'm just speeding through it right here. Yep, going super fast. Just go around the whole, I believe it's 70 stitches, so that by the end of this round you will have 35 front post double crochets and 35 back post double crochets. Oh, took a little break there. Okay, I'm seriously going to slow down when we get to the next round. I won't be going this fast the whole time. Okay, here we go. We're getting ready to go to the third round. Which is kind of wonky. It's kind of hard to tell. Might look a little wonky here just because we didn't attach that bottom chain together. Here, but like I said, we'll do that later. What counts now is that you make sure that those bottom beginning chains are lined up, and that you don't have the cowl twisted. And then you will start on your third slip stitch into that very first double crochet, front post double crochet, and then you will chain 1, first front post double crochet, and from here on out it'll be easier to see the cowl will just, you know, be one piece going up, and then this part right here you'll sew together at the end with
There's
this.
that,
I should have made this tail a little long.
There's that tail from that
you can make yours a little longer.
From the very
just so
beginning
you have enough to stitch
of the project.
This together and then weave in the tail. So,
okay, now we chain one.
This
row is going to be the same as the last
round.
Front post double crochet,
front post double crochet,
back post double crochet,
back post double crochet. And at the end of the last
double
round,
crochet,
and at the end of this round,
back post double crochet.
There should be 35 front post double crochets and 35 back post double crochets.
And we just keep on doing that all the way around.
Okay, I will meet you at the end of this round. And see, that's what this is going to be the ribbing for the bottom of the cowl.
We are going to have,
so it's starting to show
5 total rows of this front post double crochet, back post double crochet, and oops, I'm still on that same row. Oops, sorry about that. I had to take a little break. Yeah, so front post double crochet, back post double crochet. Like I was telling you, there will be that very first row that was just the double crochets that we did into the chain, and now 4 more rows of this back post double crochet, front post double crochet, and you'll have a total of 5 rows for your border. Okay, we are at the end of this round. One more time, we are going to slip stitch into that first front post double crochet into the top of it, and then we're going to chain 1, and we are going to front post double crochet right back into that front post double crochet. So we are going to finish this round, and after that finish the other round. It's going to be exactly the same, and then I will meet you at the end of round 5. Okay, see you there. We have completed 5 rows of the front post, back post double crochet for the ribbing, and now we're going on to row 6, and this will be the body of the cowl. So you just slip stitch into that first front post double crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet in every stitch around. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just repeat until you get back to here. Okay, I'll see you at the end of the round. All right, we got the single crochet row done, and now we are going to start on row 2. Slip stitch into that first single crochet, chain 1, and then immediately in this first single crochet, crochet a puff stitch. And a puff stitch, so you wrap around, go through the chain, wrap around, pull through once, wrap around, pull through twice, wrap around, pull through 3 times, and now you should have 7 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then wrap around and pull through all 7, and then close it up with a slip stitch. Okay, in that very next chain over, single crochet, and next we're going to do another puff stitch, wrap around, go under that stitch, wrap around, pull through once, wrap around, pull through twice, wrap around, pull through 3 times. And there you should have 7 loops on your hook, wrap around, pull through all 7 loops. Whoops, looks like I got a little, okay, got a little loop from one of those other, oops, let me start that again. Okay, wrap around, pull through once, pull through twice, pull through 3 times, wrap around, and pull through all, and then wrap around and slip stitch or chain 1. Another single crochet, and then you keep doing that all the way around, alternating puff stitch and single crochet. Let's see how many. Yep, we got 7 loops on there. Whoops. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to pull through all those. There we go. And then close that off with a, I guess you would call it a chain, slip stitch, chain. I guess it would be more of a chain. Okay, single crochet, puff stitch, then pull through all those, close off that, and then another single crochet. Then close off that puff stitch, and this is what it should look like. It'll start to be a little bigger, like around the edge here. Don't worry about that. This is smaller just because it's the front stitch or front post double crochet, back post double crochet makes this piece of the cowl smaller because it's the oh, what do you call it, the border on it, the edge.
Okay, just keep alternating single crochets and puff stitches, and I will see you at the end of this row. Okay, we're going into round 3, and what I want you to do is to slip stitch into this stitch right here. Oops. I just want to make sure you can see that. And then chain 1. And then the rest of this round is going to be single crochets into the chains, but you're going to be skipping this one every time. See this one right here? You're not going to crochet anything into that. And the reason is why, do you remember we were making that little slip stitch or chain stitch that closed the top of the puff? If we single crocheted into all those, it would make it way too big. So that's like an extra stitch. We're going to instead, okay, single crochet into that first slip stitch, and then single crochet into this one right here. See the top of that single crochet, and single crochet into this next stitch, and then just completely skip the slip stitch that you used to close the top of the puff. Single crochet, single crochet, and then skip that, then single crochet. So basically you'll be single crocheting 2 and then skipping over the closing stitch of the puff, then single crocheting in the next 2, and then just repeating that all the way around. Skip this, and then at the end of the round you will have 70 single crochets. Easy peasy. All right, we're going into round 4, and the first thing I want you to do before you start on round 4 is to go around, count your single crochets, and make sure that you have 70. I'm going to slip stitch into that first single crochet, chain 1 crochet. So a half double crochet, wrap around, put your hook through, wrap around again, pull through, wrap around. Okay, for those of you who know how to half double crochet, that is super easy. For those of you who don't, I will do it super slowly. Wrap around, put your hook in the top of that stitch, wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through all 3. Super easy. Wrap around, pull through, wrap around, pull through. Do that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. We are now starting round 5, and you should have 70 half double crochets going all the way around. Slip stitch into that first half double crochet and chain 1, and into that same stitch you're going to half double crochet into
This one's going to be kind of weird because you slip stitched right there. I don't know if you can see it, but go under that. That's the back stitch of the half double crochet. See, these are the top two of the stitch right there, and then we're going to go into the back loop of the half double crochet, wrap around, and half double crochet. So let's go to the second one. The second one's going to be a little bit easier to see. Just go into the back loop of the half double crochet to that third loop and half double crochet. So we're going to be half double crocheting all the way around into that third loop in the back there. And you'll be able to see on the front, it's starting to make kind of a knit stitch look. Okay, so to finish this round and then the next round, repeat this half double crochet in the back loop of the half double crochet all the way around. So at the end of this round, you'll do another slip stitch join, chain one up, and repeat this round all over again. We are beginning the 7th row, and for this row we are going to slip stitch into that first half double crochet. Oops. Chain one. Now we are going to single crochet into that back third loop. Okay, there's one. Go into the second, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just keep single crocheting into the back of that third loop all the way around. And at the end of this round, you will have 70 single crochets. And this is a repeat. You're starting on the repeat now. So right after this single crochet round, you'll have your puff stitch round, and then another single crochet, and then another 3 of the half double crochets. Okay, we are at the top of row 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, this will be row 8. We will slip stitch right into that first single crochet from the last row. We will chain up 1, and then we're going to start this pattern over again. Bobble stitch into the same stitch that you chained. Whoops, here, let me show you. See that same stitch you chained into or slip stitched into? We'll make a bobble stitch. Oops, I mean puff stitch. Chain 1 to tie that bobble together, then single crochet. I'm sorry, it's not a bobble, it's a puff stitch. I'm sorry, little stitch, I called you the wrong name. Okay, start another stitch, bobble, puff stitch Oops. Okay, there should be 7 loops. Wrap around, pull through, close it at the top, and then single crochet. And then complete this pattern all the way around. Which is just the puff stitch, and then close the puff stitch, and then the single crochet. Puff stitch, close the puff stitch, single crochet. All right, finish doing that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of the round. All right, we are going into row 9, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to slip stitch into this stitch right here, right on the side of Mr. Puff Stitch. And we're going to chain up 1 and single crochet into that stitch. And then we skip, remember, just the same as down on this row, we skip this top closing chain and we single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Skip this stitch, single crochet into these 2 stitches. Skip this stitch, single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then just repeat the single crochet 2, skip 1 all the way around until you get to the end of the round, and you will have 70 single crochets. All right, I will see you at the end of the round. Okay, going into round 10. We are going to slip stitch into that first single crochet, chain 1, and then half double crochet in every stitch around. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and so on. Just keep repeating half double crochet all the way around until you get to the end, and I'll see you there. Okay, we're going on to row 11 or round 11, and we're going to slip stitch into that first half double crochet. Oops. Slip stitch and then chain 1, and then just like we did in the previous rows down, we're going to half double crochet into that back 3rd loop on the half double crochets. So wrap around, find that back loop. You'll know you're doing it right when you see those 2. It'll kind of look like a knit stitch right on the front of your cowl. And we're going to be doing the same thing as we did with these 3. We're going to make crochet 2 more rows or 2 more rounds of half double crochet, crocheting into that back 3rd loop. Okay, so that means we will finish this round. We will crochet another round exactly like this one, and then I will meet you at the end of that.
All right, we are beginning round 13, and we're going to slip stitch right into the top of that first half double crochet, chain a stitch, and then single crochet into the back of that third loop, and then single crochet into the back of every half double crochet in this round. And when we finish the round, we will have the second completion of these 3 what looks like knit stitch rounds. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. All right, we are on round 14, and we are going to slip stitch into that first single crochet, chain 1, and now we're going to repeat the puff row. So puff stitch in the first stitch, close the top, single crochet, puff stitch in the next stitch, close that up, and single crochet. Puff stitch, close that up, and single crochet. And finish doing that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of the round. Starting row 15, we're going to slip stitch right there and chain 1, single crochet, skip this stitch that closes the top of the puff, and single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then repeat that all the way around. Skip this closing stitch, single crochet, single crochet, skip this closing stitch. Okay, so just keep repeating that all the way around, and I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, we are now starting round 16. Let me make sure I got that right. A real easy way to count these rounds is to go like this: 3, 3, 3, 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and this would be 13, 14, 15. Yep, going into round 16. Okay, chain 1, and we are just going to half double crochet in every stitch around, so there will be 70 half double crochets at the end of this round. All right, see you there. All right, we're ready for round 17. Whoops. The beginning of round 17, slip stitch into that first stitch, chain 1, and then half double crochet into that back, into that back third stitch or loop of each half double crochet.
you're going to keep doing that all the way around for the rest of this round, and then repeat this round exactly for the next round. And at the end you will have 3 rounds of 70 half double crochet stitches. All right, I will see you at the end. Round 19, and we're going back to single crochet row, slip stitch into that first single crochet. The first half double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going, don't need to wrap that around. We're going to single crochet into the back loop of every half double crochet around. And we are going to do that all the way around until we have 70 single crochets in the back loops of those half double crochets. All right, see you at the end of this round. Okay, we're going into round 20, and you're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet, chain 1, and then puff stitch into that first single crochet, close up the puff stitch, and then single crochet in the next stitch, and then repeat all the way around. And just to let you know, this is going to be the last puff stitch round. Okay, I'll see you at the end of the row. Okay, we're on round 21, and the last round of the actual body of the cowl. So single crochet 70 all the way around, single crochet in that first stitch, skip the stitch right here that closes up the puff stitch, single crochet, single crochet, skip the puff stitch, single crochet, single crochet, and then just repeat. Once again, repeat this row all the way around, and I will see you at the end of the round. Okay, we are on round 22, and we're going to be starting the edge of the cowl. So chain 1, wrap around, go into that first single crochet, and we're just double crocheting all the way around. So that will be 1 double crochet into every single crochet. Okay, I will see you at the end of the round. All right, only 4 more rounds to go, and they are all going to be pretty much exactly the same. Okay, into this stitch right here, the very first double crochet of the last round, slip stitch, chain 1, and front post double crochet around that first stitch, back post double crochet, oops, I accidentally grabbed an extra one there, back post double crochet,
Whoops. Okay, I think I got it this time. And front post double crochet, and you're going to do this exact same pattern all the way around. Back post double crochet, front post double crochet. Back post, then front post. And at the end, you will have 35 front post double crochets, 35 back post double crochets, and then when you get back to the first stitch, which is now a front post double crochet, you will slip stitch into there and repeat the same thing all the way around, just front post, back post, front post, back post, just like you did at the beginning of the cowl. And repeat the same exact row 4 more times, and I will meet you at the end. All right, we are at the end of the cowl, and you will just need to slip stitch into that first double crochet of the same row and cut your yarn, tie off, and weave in the ends. And you will have a beautiful, oh, I don't think you can get the whole thing in. Let's see if I can go out a little bit. You will have a beautiful cowl. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye.